Why I'm getting a GR3 in 2024. Huge Fuji fan. I had an X100 series for a long time. If you watch my other videos, you've seen that. I probably have like somewhere between 800 and 1,000 images in my Lightroom library that I really love and that were taken with the X100. But I wanted to, I have used the GR before. I had the GR2 years ago when that came out, or maybe within the year that it came out. I always kind of loved the size of it. It was an adjustment for me, the 28 to 35 when I shot with it. But I went back recently and looked at some of the old pictures that I took with the GR2 and decided, it's time to check out the GR3. Comparing it to the X100, physically, it's still a very different animal because it is really pocketable, and it's a completely different shooting experience. You're using the screen, but then again, there are a lot of places, concerts, things like that, that you still even can't get the Fuji in. So for that, the GR3 is incredible, and as well for street photography when you just want the absolute lightest package possible. That's why I decided to choose that. But for today, I just wanted to go through some of the images I took with the GR2 that kind of inspired me. Hey, I want to go back and revisit that. So here's here are 32 images that I took with the GR2 that inspired me to go back to the GR3. So here's an image that I took of my daughters, and I just love the black and white settings on the GR series are really nice. It does create some beautiful colors. Same day, with my mother. So it just gives you an idea of the kinds of compositions with the 28 millimeter that you could create. I really enjoy these photos when I look back at them. Again, in my backyard, using the GR series is kind of effortless, and you can experiment a lot. You can put the camera very close to things. You can move it away really quick because it's small. I love this image. It just it shows kind of the action of what's going on. Same place, actually different location, but same kind of idea. It lets you sort of feel kind of like a GoPro when you're taking photos, but you're then getting these high quality files that you can edit pretty incredibly. You can take close-ups. There is obviously at 28 millimeters, there's a little distortion when you get this close to someone, but you can still create beautiful images with it. This is just a kind of a backyard slice of life photo, so I don't think there's anything special, but I love the idea that I can adjust the colors and the composition and raw and stuff like that. So this is an image that is really only possible with something like the Ricoh. You can do it with the Fuji, but you're usually looking through the eyepiece when you're taking food. It just becomes kind of the way that you compose yourself when you're walking around with this screen attached to your finger, and you're doing things that you normally wouldn't do. So that's what you see in a lot of these photos. My wife at dinner, I love this photo. It was very casual. Again, you can do these things with your phone, absolutely, no issue. And now the phone shoot raw, as well. But I like having a dedicated snapper camera. This one again, I just love the ability to capture this. I was probably in motion, probably running kind of backwards or maybe on skates or something. But again, having a one-handed operation, the ability to capture the three of my kids doing action, doing things. I hate photos that are posed. I like photos that they're not looking at the camera, things like that. Again, low angles. You see that this is the kind of images that you end up creating when you have this flexibility of the camera. Nothing special about this image, but I did spend a long time with my son just walking around the university campus and taking images with him one day. This was I love this image because this is a concert. This is actually a Madonna concert, and I would not be able to get in with any other camera but the Ricoh. And I wasn't really interested in the concert itself. We were pretty far away from the stage. So for that, you can probably actually do better with a phone now that they have those optical zooms. But to capture kind of the moment, people that are in the seats, I love the I just love the all the different faces going on in here. It makes for a fun image to look at. This is a probably doesn't even deserve to be in here. Most people won't even understand, but this is an image taken up of a kind of an obelisk figure, and it's just shot up into the sky, and that's why it's reflective like that. Again, this is stuff, a lot of these photos I would take with my Fuji, so it really does kind of replace that kind of photography. I love shooting into water and creating things with the reflections that are just a little different. So same area, same kind of idea of creating, something out of sort of an ordinary landscape, creating something a little bit surrealist. And then, again, just a campus shot, a moment in time, somebody crossing right where the panther is. This is, getting really close to the water with the camera. As you can see, the turtle in the bottom right corner, and then the person walking over there. And then went to a kite festival. Pretty kind of an average shot. This one with the horizon in the center, not exactly, but the most exciting. But you start to look at the world with all the things that you can compose. If there's something going on in the background, can you match it with what's going on in the foreground? In this case, a speedboat, and my daughter with the kite. First perspectives, these are things you can do with smaller cameras. It's a little bit harder with a bigger camera, not that it's impossible, you just don't naturally kind of do that. And you can take really good portraits with the GR series. So again, this was on the same day. These are all processed with kind of an old school, I call it my 35 millimeter, kind of washed out, kind of filmic look on these shots, but you can do anything you want. I just chose that. My daughter running through these floating things at a kite festival. Again, the ease of which images you can create images with this system. It's a lot of fun and very low taxing on yourself on what you carry with you. How easy the photos are to make. Again, low to the ground. I'm laying down on the ground here, waiting for the right moment to take the shot. Didn't quite get my youngest. Got a tree in her face over there in the bottom left, but you can see her there. And yeah, so again, this is an example of what the close-up is. You can't really blur backgrounds, but you can sort of get enough of a selective focus, and you can get close. You can take portraits like this with the GR. The ability to experiment is always there. Getting low and getting a shot that you might not get otherwise. And then I love this shot because of the dynamic range that you can see, the darkness to the light. Not being, this is not full frames APS-C, but it gives you an idea. This shot gives you an idea of how deep the colors can look on the camera, and how it can handle the shadows and the lights. This photo I absolutely love. It is out of focus, but this is walking to school, and my daughter is looking up at me. And she has no idea that I am taking this photo because of the way that the Ricoh, it's just kind of a little extension to your hand. So you're kind of doing these everyday things, and you can even take pictures of things that you can't see, as long as you're trusting, the camera. In this case, the focus failed, but for me, my son in the background is an interesting piece to this, and I still get her expression, which is sort of a moment in time. That's not going to happen again. Not like that, at least. And then another shot, you know, casual on the way to school, but again, a memory. Yes, you can absolutely do these shots with your phone. It just feels weird when you're doing it. It's clunky the way the button, you know, maybe now the latest phone and they have a dedicated button, they will kind of fix that, but it's not the same as when the camera's kind of built for it. And processing the raw images is nice, which again, my phone now does raw images, and I'll make a video on just the raw images that I've captured and processed in my phone, because it's really astounding what it can do. That's kind of it. So if you're, so I bought this. I have not opened it. My birthday is next month. I plan on giving it to my wife so that my kids can give it to me. Now, if they watch this video, they will know that. But it still feels like, you know, I can spend less on myself if I do it this way. But I'm excited to use it, and yeah. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on buying the GR3 now in 2024, why I did it, and I'm happy to share photos after when I take something with it. Good luck. Keep shooting.